So what are these virtues that we've been talking about? We divide them between the human virtues and the theological virtues. Let's start with the human virtues. The Catechism tells us that human virtues guides our conduct or the way we act according to reason and faith. If you are going to be at the top of your game, you must practice human virtues. Of all the human virtues, there are four that play a pivotal role, and we call those the cardinal virtues. They are prudence, justice, temperance, and fortitude. Prudence is the virtue where we can come to know and then to do the right thing. You are being prudent when you think through a situation, determine the moral and right choice, and then have the determination to carry it out. For example, say you have a very important exam that you have to study for, but yet you got this cool new video game that you've been dying to play. The prudent thing to do would be to study for the exam, and then when you're done, to play the game later. Justice is the virtue where we give God and our neighbor their due. It teaches us to act fairly, even when it's difficult or inconvenient. Say, for example, you made a promise to your little brother that you would stay home and watch a movie with him. But then some of your friends ask you to go out to a movie. In justice, you would keep your commitment to your brother. Temperance is the virtue that helps keep our desires and appetites in check. It teaches us to have self-control and restraint. Temperance draws the line between legitimate pleasure, sitting down and having dessert with your friends, for example, or overindulgence, eating an entire half-gallon of ice cream in one sitting. Between good sportsmanship, shaking hands with the other team after they've defeated you, or poor sportsmanship, rubbing it in the face of the other team after you've beat them. Fortitude is the virtue that strengthens our resolve to resist temptations and overcome obstacles. For example, when your so-called friends want you to do drugs or drink alcohol, fortitude allows you to stand firm in your faith, even if it means you will be mocked or ridiculed. While the four cardinal virtues help us to relate better to people in our everyday lives, the theological virtues help us to relate better to God. There are faith, hope, and charity, or love. Faith is the virtue where we believe in God and believe in everything that God has revealed to us. Faith touches us in every single situation in our lives. So whether we're going through something good or bad, we can discern God's providence in every situation. Faith is where we make a total gift of ourselves. And it is in that self-giving we can find the peace that our heart truly desires. Hope is the virtue that drives our desire for a relationship with God. Hope inspires and purifies our actions so we can keep focused on God. Hope also sustains us during bad times. So when you're scared or lonely or confused about something in life, hope helps us to know that God is always with us, that you are never alone. Charity or love is the virtue where we love God above all things and our neighbor as ourselves. Love is the greatest of all the virtues. Love also drives us to love the people that we don't get along with. The grumpy old neighbor, your brother or sister who always bothers you, the kid in school that you don't like. As St. Paul says, without love, we have nothing. So faith, hope, and love, prudence, justice, temperance, and fortitude. These are the tools of the game. This is what we need to be successful in life. And so to be at the top of your game, we must practice the human virtues and the theological virtues as we continue to make our way to heaven.